Good morning, Piotr, Geert, Rob. Good morning, guys. We were sitting chatting upstairs here and I didn't keep track of the time. Apologies. I'm busy setting up. I've just done all the loading and I'm just going to check a few things. The guys here... These guys are in such a hurry, eh? Some of them have already pushed and started and all, and I was saying to them, and it's not a group flight, but that's their idea of a group flight, you know, so whatever. We'll catch up with them shortly. Thanks for the like, Rob. Good morning, Christopher. Right, okay, so let me get my bearings. I can start my APU now. My FMC is fully programmed. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait. Yeah, parking brake is set. Better push back.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Yeah, these guys are in a hurry, man. Let's have a look outside. I decided to use... I decided to use my other livery today, you know. Been using the other one for way too long now. Hello, Gilbert. A couple of nice shots there. I hope it saves my screenshots. Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, all doors and exits are closed. Ready to connect.
These guys, they're serious. Morning, Steve. Welcome. Looks like we're 6 if I counted correctly. Morning, Alex. Morning, Peter.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Bergamo magnetic. Radio check 55. Thank you very much, Laurie.
Drive safe, Alex, and Strong's day.
Pushing back and starting up. Skymatix 047, lining up runway 28 for immediate takeoff.
Morning, Nico.
Morning. How are you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And you?
Oh, good, thank you. Waiting for these guys behind me to get a move on so I can push, but I'm sure they'll get there.
Eventually.
Yeah. They say patience is a virtue. I'm not sure.
I'm loading now, so I'll be behind you guys.
Okay. Drive safe, Peter. Right. While we're waiting, let me quickly show you this.
By Tango, Alpha,
Can you share Discord too?
I will. Just want to quickly find this thing. I want to give credit to the poster, so I'm just okay. On the Zibo forum, there's a user. I'm not sure what his real name is, so please forgive me. His username is ENJXP, and he's an old hand in the Zibo forum, and he posted this. Where's my screen? Right. He posted an update to this B2 volume control, and he's added, I presume it was him who did it, so he's added, or somebody's added, but he posted it, the Zibo COM1 and COM2. So I don't have to go and fiddle on the radio stack to try and turn that little knob, and then by default it starts up on a low volume. Remember in the old days with IBROS, this thing used to kill us when the people started talking on the radio. So, yeah, thank you for that. That's really nice. If you guys have Fly with Lua installed, it's a little Lua script. Then obviously you must just update the appropriate one. There's a script for X-Plane 11 and a script for X-Plane 12. And you must just get the appropriate one. Works real nice. That's literally the only Lua script I've got in my whole X-Plane 12. And for me it's kind of nice to have all those things at my fingertips.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't install it yet, but it's nice.
Yeah. Right, so let's see if I can actually push. Oh, and there goes Anthony as well. I might as well wait for Anthony now as well. Otherwise, I'm just going to block him.
Are they not talking on the video?
Some are using text and some are using the radio, but my concentration was now trying to get that ENJXP username. So I didn't pay attention to any radio calls. It's okay, I'm not pressed for time. Trying something different today anyway. Got myself a flask thing from the cupboard and I made myself 500 milliliters of Chinese green tea. So I'll just sip on this. Just take it easy. Here we go, there he's just broadcasted on frequency. He's going to taxi, so I'll wait for him to just pass by in the background and then I'll go. Joy to key, why are you not working? My joystick is completely dead. Bergamo, traffic Skymatix 001. After traffic passes by behind us, we're going to push and start as well. Christopher, don't let the typo worry you. I also type very fast sometimes, and then I spell like my backside, you know. And I've got a silly habit of transposing characters just because I'm typing very fast. So don't let that worry you. The one thing that will happen, especially in the United States. Let me tell you when these guys have gone off the radio. Okay, the one thing that happens in the United States opposed to Europe, in Europe you hardly ever get it, but in the US it's like a very frequent thing. The SID is not connected to the runway. As you can see, that SID is directly connected to the runway. So when you have a situation like that, you have to take off with heading select, turn yourself on course, and then go for LNAV, or you need to go and lift your leg in the legs page, execute it, and then go LNAV. Okay, so that's the trick. That's the biggest reason why, especially in the United States, the LNAV will not connect. It will not arm at the gate like this. The only other reason is you forgot your flight director, your second one, that one for the FO. Because if that thing is not on, also you won't be able to get some of the stuff. Sorry, and then lastly, there's actually a third option. Sorry about that. There is a third thing. If you forgot to execute one of your pages, you didn't fill in all the blanks, you didn't execute all the pages, then obviously things also go awry. You know, so it won't work. So all you need to do is make sure FMC is correct. And this is actually why we arm them, is to make sure that your FMC is programmed correctly. That's a test. That's the only reason I do that. It's a test to make sure FMC is correct and that both my flight directors are on. So I arm them. Okay, some SOPs tell you shouldn't do it here. Boeing actually wants it to be done here. It's all safety stuff.
Lining up, holding short, runway 2.
I really like the snows at all, Nico. Really, really nice.
Yeah, I see there's now 2 of them floating around. I use xEnviro, so I don't really need them, you know. But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad it works. Let's see if Anthony has now moved. Looks like it. Ooh, sorry?
He is, I think, yeah.
Starting
You can go.
and you may start engines.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Morning, jet fighter. Almost forgot my backs was on.
Before start procedure complete.
Start number 2 engine.
Ready for before start checklist. Starting number 2 engine. N2.
Morning, Neil.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Right, sorry guys, that's me clicking on the frequency just to check. My joystick key lost its binding for some reason. Never had that before. I had to reset it up.
I had it once, Nico. If you just restart it, it loads the profile again. Just
I did. Didn't work. That's why I had to go look for it. Wait, I'll show you. I'll show you what happened. I'll show you, then you'll understand. Oh, and I need to share my screen here, obviously, in Discord. Sorry, guys. Screen one. Let me show you what happened. So, this is joystick number 1. There you can see my binding. For some reason, joystick number 2 is now active. You see the green? And there was obviously no binding there. So it jumped from there to there. I closed it, file, exit, restarted, didn't work. Then I realized, hang on, it moved there. So I just had to redo the binding.
Starter cutout.
That's it. So it jumped, jump position.
Weird.
Me and Zibo were doing tests the other day. And one of the tests I had to disconnect.
And bypass speed has been removed. And
sorry.
Signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay. One of the things we did during the testing was I disconnected all my controllers, yoke, throttle, everything. I only had the mouse. Okay, and I think it might be because of that. I think the hardware ID could have changed or something stupid like that. So
that can happen.
Yeah. That's, I think, what happened. Yes, me and Zibo were looking for a problem. To go to that extreme. It was crazy. But we had to. You know how it works. Yeah, Rob, as far as I know, I didn't change it. You can also see my settings in my private hangar in Google Drive. I was thinking about it this morning. Someone else was also asking me. I can't remember when the last time was. It was literally a couple of days ago that I updated all the screenshots in that folder in the Google Drive, so you guys can draw from there. But if I've got time over the weekend, I might as well just update it just to make sure that we've got all the bases covered, that I've really got all my latest settings that is in there. But, it's easy enough to quickly go and check. So we've got Autoland operational. I think that's the big one. I mean, it's my company, my aircraft, so I might as well buy the better version, so there it is. That's definitely the one that I'm using. Oh, the one that I need to change. This is a new setting. Go around roll mode. I need to have it on heading select. I don't like wings level. It's old. For me, that's old. So I'm going to use heading select. So there, I've just changed that one for myself now as well. Let's go save it before we forget. All right. Hopefully that helps.
Captain, passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
This thing loses about 5 degrees at least during the pushback. I'm wondering, that's not really realistic. That's a bit much. Yeah. Christopher.
Before taxi procedure.
PA system. PA settings.
I am ready for before taxi checklist.
2, 3, 4. United 1. United 2. Southwest 1. Southwest 2. American Airlines 1. American Airlines 2. Delta 1. Ryanair. Ryanair. Tuli Fly. German. Three, 1.
Right, so I use number 1 because that's my good old friend Jorge that made it, and it's his voice. And I just honor him by just keep on using it. And I mean, why not? He was one of the founding guys here of the Zibo stuff, so that's why I keep it there. Christer, I understand that also in warmer temperatures, but 5 degrees in a minute is a bit much. I mean, that's a sealed tube, right? Where is the temperature going in 1 minute? That's what I think is unrealistic. See what I'm saying? Morning, Christoph. Nice to have you with us. All your partying, is it done now? I mean, I saw all your Facebook posts. Wish I was there. I'd love to just be there once for the new year when you throw your parties, man. Love to be there.
Nico, when are you supposed to turn the heater on? After the APU or even after the engines?
No. Before the passengers board, you need to get the cabin into the correct temperature. That is why, look, in the Zibo mod, it is very unrealistic the way it is right now, but it is what we have. Okay, so until such time as Zibo or Yeri models an actual air conditioning unit, we are using the air starter unit. Like I say, it's totally unrealistic, we know that, but you switch on your ASU when you spawn in. Okay, then what you do is you go set your trim air, you set your knobs the way you want them, and with the airflow coming through, all you do is you switch on your packs. Right, you'll see the airflow is going to be quite high.
Yeah, okay.
Once the packs are running, it takes about 5 minutes to go from 0 up to 23 to 25, and that keeps it. Okay, so
Morning, Dave. You need the ACU.
Yes, ASU. Yes, you need that. Or the alternate, Sasso says in his company, they just switch on the APU. You know, so the APU runs like 10-15 minutes longer than usual. But I prefer doing it this way.
Okay, thanks. I hate complaining passengers.
This little script, I tell you. Put a different spin on things. Yeah, well, you can always remove the script if you don't want it, but I like it. It's, you know, something that keeps my brain functioning.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. Right. Bergamo traffic Skymatix 001, taxi holding point runway 28.
Procedure. Flaps 5 set. Taxi lights on.
Bergamo traffic, Skymatix 0355, pushing back behind company traffic.
Yeah, enjoy, Christer. If I had more time, I would do it again. Morning, Rafael. I just don't have time to do those kind of tours anymore. It's just too much. My customers all came back to work on Monday last week, and I tell you what, this was one heck of a week for me to get through. Okay, Peter, enjoy. Stay well. Talk later.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete.
Thank you, Linda.
Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Just had something weird happen. It's like something used up my CPU for a split second there. Yeah, back to normal. Okay. Bergamo traffic Skymatix 001, taking off runway 28.
Approaching 28. On runway 28.
Bergamo traffic, Skymatix 0355, taxiing to holding point runway 28.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Have a nice one.
Dankie, jy ook.
Takeoff thrust set. Throttle full. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. And command A.
Acceleration altitude.
I'm just taking some screenshots while I can. Why not?
Transition altitude. Flaps up and set.
Bergamo traffic, runway 255, lining up runway 28.
Good morning. Morning, Anthony.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Bergamo traffic, runway 0355, and run, picking up runway 2. Traffic, runway 0355, taking off, flying at 20 level 1000. Continue on the if departure.
Right, and there's our little train. Uncle John leading the pack as usual. Go, Uncle John, go! And got Kevin and Laurie. Can't remember. Oh, that's Kies. Right, that's Anthony. Then it's me, and I see there. That's obviously Hendrik, and then we've got 2 more guys there. So we're about 10 guys, eh? Super.
In regards to a special meal, would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
Thank you, Christopher. I've got some pretty nice liveries. I just don't fly them always. I think it's just laziness. You know, I don't cycle through them enough. I've got pretty nice ones, man. Okay, Alex, stay well. Talk to you soon.
Nico, the improved B2 volume control was in the Discord, wasn't it?
No, it was in the forum, Zibo forum in the Explain 12 thread.
Oh.
Yeah. ENJXP. Rafael, I'm using them together, yes. They do two separate things, two different things to each other. So then they won't clash. The big trick is just to get your sim even set up correctly. A lot of people don't read the manual, you know, so they don't set it up correctly. But if you do it proper, it will work. It's not a problem. I'm using it, as you can see, in this flight. And I've been using it for a long, long time. Yeah, Christer, I think a lot of us who understand the significance are waiting for it, man. Good morning, Tommy. Nice to see you.
To level off.
No problem, Tommy. I, on the other hand, had the most magnificent, nice sleep, so I struggled to get up, but I made it. I eventually got there, so I just didn't want to get up at one point in time because it was just so nice. Sorry to hear about your sleep, man. Yeah, I know. But it sucks when it does. We all need good sleep.
Ready for descent procedure.
My goodness, are we there already?
Yeah, it's just a small flight.
I realized when I set it up it was short, but yeah, this is really short.
And it's also you going to 370 and I'm only going to 300.
Ah, yeah, that also makes a difference, eh? Huge difference, actually.
Yeah, I'm wondering where that is coming from.
Some brief, my friend, some brief. Some days. Look, I'm not very heavy, so it was doable, but you know, in their wisdom, that's what they said. So
Do you clear out the flight plan in the Skymatix website?
what do you mean?
For the height?
No, I put it on automatic. I let Simbrief choose it for me because it's just easier for me doing it that way. Then I don't have to go and do all the other stories regarding it.
Understand. I think in this case it was already pre-filled, so I left it.
1000 to
Right, let me do my thing. Tommy, so far rock solid, perfect. Hello, Charlie. Good morning. But Tommy, yeah, I don't see a major train smash right now. I must be honest, it's doing well. Sims, good morning. Yeah, Tommy, there was a bit of a hiccup with the initial release. But if you download it only now, then the hiccups are gone. So for the guys watching that downloaded last night or more than 8 hours or 10 hours ago, please just go re-download it. We did update it. So you need to just make sure you get the actual real version 12. Down to 3,000.
Approach top of descent.
Right. Just a hop, skip and a jump.
The decision altitude is very high, yeah?
Oh, I haven't even said that, hold on. Oops. Yeah, it's probably because of the terrain, eh?
Yeah, most likely.
1355.
You don't want to overshoot this one.
No. Right, is my descent. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not nice. Sorry to hear that, Sims. Absolutely. You're welcome anytime. Jolly, I'm okay. How are you doing? Well, that's one good thing. Yeah, yeah. I was driving in the car with my son yesterday, and I was thinking about this stupid Bravo. At some point in time, I'm going to have to open it, because what's happened now is if you look at the Bravo from left to right, my third lever is engine number 1. I see that bloody pod is also now starting to jump. There's certain places, like when I especially when I do my reverse thrust and I push it to like 60%, it just jumps to a new place. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going to have to get some electronic cleaner to spray it out, and then if I open it, I might as well then fix those wires, because it's so annoying, man. It's crazy. But at least, yeah, that method of doing the reverses works fine. Charlie, I just saw your comment there. Sorry, I missed it. What is Pampash? I have no idea what Pampash is. Yeah, I don't know how these guys designed it, man. It's maybe I just know too much, you know, and I'm talking from the wrong perspective. But you know, if one of these designers worked for me, I would have fired them, because I mean, where's common sense? There's an element of common sense when you design stuff. When you're a, you know, industrial design engineer of some sorts, I mean, shit. Yeah, you've got to have some kind of a brain on you, you know, and it's like, I don't know, these guys, Tommy, I don't know. At one point in time, they said that the new batch would be better quality, but I'm not buying it again from Amazon or sorry, it was Aerosoft. I'll buy it local, because then I can use the local warranty. Then it's up to that supplier to give me a new one when this thing breaks again, you know. It's really weird. I love it. It's such a great device, but the component quality and the design philosophy are two things. I don't know, man. Like I say, there's an element of common sense. Maybe it's just my background in engineering and stuff that I've got a different way of thinking about it, but I don't know. Yeah, I've got switches, James, on my Bravo that's not working anymore. And you think they built a furnace? Yeah, it could be. Maybe their family. Oh man. Okay, Christer. You know what? I just want to throw something else in here while we're just sitting chatting. Zibo and Twixter and the rest of the Zibo team guys here have spoiled me quite a bit. The standard and the level that these guys work to is top notch. You know, it's absolute world class top. Man, and then I go out into my normal everyday work and I look at the shoddy work that people do and I go, what? How do you make a living? You know, all those things. So it's funny that it happens. Charlie, the only engine damage that you can currently get in the Zibo code, it's not as evolved yet. The current damage that you can get is if you switch off auto throttle, you push those throttles into the red and you let it go. 3-4 minutes later, it's going to burn out. It's going to kill the engines. Okay, so that is something Zibo has built into the engine code long time ago already. But the other stuff that you're talking about, that is, you know, higher grade maths again. That's next level. So Zibo will have to still put stuff like that in. It's not there yet. Not that I know of. No problem.
Traffic, SkymatixVA Flight 5 on top of descent for runway 02 the ASKAG approach to Bergamo.
No problem, Charlie. No problem. You can see the guys coming in, doing their thing. That's me. Guys at the back coming through. Good morning, Kabagay. Cab okay, I'm not sure in the Zibo. In the level up, obviously. Yes, but in Zibo, I don't know, man. That's not Zibo's focus. So unless Yeri does it, and unless he gets time to do it, I don't think much is going to happen in terms of textures in the Zibo. So if you want better textures, you'll probably just going to have to stick to flying the level up. Morning, Carl. Hello to you too. Nice to see you again. All good, yes, all good. I had a good night's rest, and I think when I'm done here, I'm just going to go and get that last hour of sleep that I still wanted, because, you know, it was so good. I need just that little edge more.
No, you won't.
We'll see. We'll see. Yes, Rafael. That is the combination that I use. So I use xEnviro, SimEven, and AutoOrtho. Steve, I have no idea. The best I can do is zip mine up and send it to you, and then you try it. You obviously just need your own license to activate it, but that's the only thing I can do for you. No idea. Morning, Arthur. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Cole. I agree. Rafael, there is one small thing that is bugging me a little bit about the view that I have now, just for your information. I don't think we're getting the appropriate AutoOrtho textures here. I might be wrong. It does actually look as if there are some of them. It does actually, but on first glance, when I look at textures like this, you know, I've got the strange feeling it's more default than not now. With AutoOrtho, it does sometimes happen where it just doesn't download, but then again, if I zoom in and I look at the texturing there, that's kind of not default, you know, so it's like, I'm actually torn between whether it's working here or not. Yeah, have a look at the logs. Yeah, it's definitely working. Yeah, so this is definitely AutoOrtho. Yeah, the thing is, the last thing you want is to have this very good looking sim, but you don't have realistic rest. I mean, we're here to simulate flight. And if you want a game, there are other options. You can go to other sims for that. But, you know, if you look at realism, you want decent FPS to land, otherwise you're going to have a shockingly bad landing. You know, it's very important to have the performance way on top of the list of priorities.
Traffic Skymatix 00.08. Turning finals for runway 20.
Good morning, Nico.
Morning, Antonio. How are you?
Fine, you?
Also good, thank you.
Okay, great.
Flight level 100. Landing
Going
lights
back up the
switches
channel.
on.
Ciao.
Okay.
Ciao. Nico, yesterday or the day before, I tried to do an auto land, and it was really foggy, like less than 100 meters side. So I really had to do an auto land. But,
Okay.
on the second, so on the right side, I missed the course by 1 degree. So it wouldn't auto land. I was going, what's going on? What's going on? I just had the course I missed the course by 1 degree. So
Okay.
it was really stupid. But it won't do the, if you push the command B, then it won't do it if you have the same, if you haven't the same courses.
Okay. All right.
Approaching transition.
Camp traffic, Skymatix 008, on our S runway 20, 10 nautical.
I'm into Sims. The only reason I can think you're not getting it is because your ISP is maybe blocking the email. So if you have webmail with your ISP, go into your webmail and check that spam box on the actual server for getting the spam box on your local PC. It could be trapped upstairs
Transition
already.
level. Ready for approach checklist.
And then what you need to do is you need to tell your ISP to whitelist their domain. .018. Easy. You have to pull all 3 sliders there. You have to pull them to the very right hand side, and shadow quality goes to the very right hand side. That's all I do.
If your PC can manage.
Yeah, if your PC can manage it, yes. Yeah, it's the same thing. 000 and 360 is exactly the same thing. Go for it, Piotr. I don't think I can manage an auto land here. This is just a Cat 1 ILS. So theoretically, just because it should be able to do it, it doesn't always do it. It's way more geared for your Cat 3 stuff, eh?
Flaps 5 set.
Morning, Jacob.
Thousand to level off.
Right, cabin signs on. Auto brake, frequencies, minimum courses, everything is set. Then I will do the rest of the lights.
And my traffic coming 708, clear active.
Right, yeah, you see this little heart on my screen blocks half of what you say there, so Piotr, now I'm not going to do this. This is literally just a Cat 1 ILS. Now you can see the AutoOrtho, look at the coastline, see? Easier to discern it this way, but even here you can see it's all AutoOrtho. Yeah, your traffic Skymatix 001. We're on a 9 mile final for runway 02 on the ILS. I hope that's how you pronounce this place name. Next time we call it Napoleon Bonaparte Airport. Christopher, when you find stuff like that, you must take your screenshots, put it on the forum. Let Zibo have a look. The reason it could cross it out also is, even though the chart says one thing, if you go to your INET reference page, this is the one Zibo is looking for. You see the course heading over there, so it might have been, you know, 1 or 2 out compared to what the chart was saying, so just double check that as well.
Flaps 15 set. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing. Flaps 30 set. Ready for landing checklist.
I'll try stop, Krister. See there, it says no Cat 3 available.
Approaching decision height.
So it reverts back to just ILS.
Minimums.
Thank you, Steve.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Approaching 02.
Go around these trees, so it's fine.
500. Clear to land runway 02.
I agree, Krister.
400. 300.
Thanks, Tommy.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
You can do it, Nico. You can land it.
Nice recovery. Nice recovery.
You won't believe what happened. Okay, let's talk from the back forward. Okay, I couldn't get my reverse thrusters going now. I had to redo it 3 times before my reverse thrusters would actually pick up that I'm in reverse, right? The other thing is, I obviously didn't pay attention to when it was telling me that I was at decision height, right? So I disabled my autopilot, disconnected the autopilot a bit late. That's why I had to dip, because then I couldn't get this stupid thing to lift. It didn't want to listen to my commands. So the only thing I can think of now with that thing, and that's why I had that kind of dip and jitter when I went down and had to come back up, is I think my alpha yoke, that stupid cable, needs to be repositioned again, because it just wasn't listening to me. Now you have to fight all these stupid little quirky things because of
On runway
that. That's got nothing to do with the actual flight. Look, now it's completely dead. No, I don't have any control. There it's back. It's stupid, man. It's just crazy.
Irritating.
Yeah, exactly. No, so you have autopilot disengage failure, you have reverse failure, you've got to contend with everything on a live broadcast, the whole world's looking at you, and you go, what the hell?
But there's nothing worse. I did a flight the other evening into Nice, and the flight was perfect, no problem, and the HGS was working, the HUD was working perfectly. The weather changed, and it was raining, and I didn't put the gear down until 500 feet. I completely forgot about the gear because I was talking to viewers, and then all of a sudden I remembered. Luckily I got three greens just before I touched.
Yeah, amazing. It happens. Steve, I agree with you. Honeycomb had the perfect opportunity to make a huge impact, okay? But because of poor quality, poor customer service, I think they shot themselves in the foot, proverbially speaking, many times over. I don't think they understand the damage they did to themselves. Yeah.
I had hands on one of the first honeycomb yokes at RAF Cosford Flight Sim Show back in 2019. Yeah, so just before release, and I met the CEO and everything, and they made all sorts of promises to to Simmers and to me, you know, that I would get a set to review, etc., etc. It never happened.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because it's a very good idea, this, but hey. Anyway, after landing procedure.
Flaps up and
And runways vacated, guys.
After landing procedure. After landing procedure complete.
Wycliffe, when I picked up my initial problem and I realized on the Honeycomb Alpha, this RJ45 female plug that's on the actual unit itself, where the cable then comes from and goes into the yoke side of things. When I realized that thing was not making proper contact, I contacted him. The guy I spoke to on email was so nice, and he just wanted to fix it, and he promised me he's going to fix it, and then he asked me which country I'm from, because I told him I'm not from the US. The moment he heard I'm from South Africa, he stopped responding to any of my emails. He just disappeared. Never talked to me again. Morning, Jet Power. Jacob, your big problem with dealing with South Africa is it is so far out of the way of civilization in terms of the Europe and the Americas. I mean, this is really, really far away from everything. For me to send this yoke to the US is probably going to cost me $150, $200 to send it back to them. You know, and then you look at the cost versus benefit. Which we did look at, me and some of the guys here, and it's easier to throw it away and buy a new one, really. It's just quicker, it's less hassle, it's the same amount of wasted money plus a little bit more, and just throw it away and get another one. I bought some merchandise from my Skymatix store. Some of you guys probably don't realize I've got a merch store for the Skymatix brand, right? I bought some stuff for myself in the week. It was $55 for the products that I ordered from my own store. Because it comes from the US, I paid $40 to get it shipped to South Africa. So you're talking almost $100 for something that's actually just $55. And when it lands here, I'm going to pay approximately 50% in import duties and VAT tax, you know. So it is extremely, extremely expensive sending and receiving anything in South Africa unless you do it in a huge volume. It's crazy. It's just how it is.
Traffic, Skymatix 0655 on the ILS for runway 02.
Jacob, it didn't exist at the time that I bought my Honeycomb. It only came into existence way later. I've run out of parking space. I'm going to have to just worm in here at the back. Try not to scratch the paint. Enjoyed them. Hope you have a good flight. So if you think about it, My merchandise is like, let's say $55, just for argument's sake. The import duties is 40,
short, final runway 02.
or the actual courier cost. Then it's going to land here. They're going to calculate the tax and the import duties. It's going to be another $50. So in total, a $50 purchase turns into a $150 purchase. Just like that. So, yes, Jacob, coming back to the Zibo, the more important stuff, I'm very happy with this one. I had great fun. It was really nice for me. I enjoyed it. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Has 12B been? Is it? It's just 12, isn't it?
Yeah, the reason it's called 12B is for the torrent purposes. Okay, so if you go into the Google Drive, it's just called 12. But because there is already a 12 in the torrents, and you can't recall it, it's now out in the wild, you know, I had to just rename the new one.
Yeah, I saw your post this morning.
Yeah.
Lying in bed.
Yeah, nice. Of course, Dave, I can just park wherever I want. It's a privilege, man. It's a privilege. Right.
Nico, do you think Zibo will ever get to a point where he said, right, that's it, it's as complete as it is, and I don't need to do any more? Just a question.
It will, but it's not going to be soon. You will, definitely, but it's not going to be soon. There's just so much that still needs to be done.
Shutdown
If you start looking, we were talking about engine operation, okay? There's a lot of stuff in the engine that still can be done. There's a lot of stuff on the IRS that can still be done. There's quite a bit of stuff that can still be done.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Steve on stream says it will never be done while LR still exists. There you go, another pilot home. Right, we've got one more Skymatix guy coming in. That's Reggie. Not sure how long Reggie's going to take to get here. I'm really happy with 12 so far. It was a great experience.
Ready for shutdown checklist.
Okay, Jacob, talk later. Bye-bye.
Traffic, Skymatix 0355, vacate this runway.
Welkom Hendrik.
Thank you. Somehow my brake was, what's that called? The handbrake was deployed or something. I stopped really fast.
Ah, there's Reggie. Skymatix windsock. Ah, ja.
And 2 is free, yeah?
Sorry, say again?
Stand 2 is free, I see.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Corsica traffic, Skymatix 014 on 10 mile final for runway 02.
He's gonna crash with the departing plane.
Ah, they have to work it out between themselves.
Departing didn't even announce anything.
No,
he did.
It's in Unicom in text. We didn't hear him because he's typing. So, he needs to move because he's ready to go. Go, sir, go.
He's indicated he's backtracking.
He did, and he's now, if you look at my stream, you'll see. He's now...
He's departing.
I don't see him move yet, but there he is. He's on the back end there of the runway, so. Oh, that mic is giving lots of feedback.
Skymatix 014, Corsica traffic is on 5 mile final for 02.
Normally there will be a go round.
Yeah. Fortunately, we're in some. I'll manage.
He's waiting.
Looks like it. Oh, and I'm looking at him instead of at Reggie. I beg your pardon, sirs. There he's on his way.
Skymatix 014, you have to brake hard.
04, short final.
He braked hard.
Looks like it. Yeah, good night. Sleep well into Sims.
Skymatix 014, runway vacated.
Daar sy. We are done, and let's quickly see if we can get a nice group photo then, and then we're really done. Look at all those ticks. This place has been ticked proper.
Open parking off the Air France Ridge.
Reggie, I don't think there's parking down this side unless somebody disconnects. You'd better try park somewhere where you are now.
There's a parking right next to me on my
Yeah, I'm
right.
turning now, so
Keep
I'll
turning,
park.
Rich. You should
Okay.
fit in there.
Yeah, there was 10 aircraft to start with. Some of them obviously had to disconnect. Yeah, and there goes one before I could even take a picture. I hope Uncle John took the picture, but anyway, that's what they do. You know, some people need to rush off to real world, and then obviously they just disconnect, because if you forget to disconnect, you get in trouble. So there we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and all your support and all those other things. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday, and I'll probably speak with you tomorrow morning again unless something changes. And you'll see on Discord. Okay?
Thanks again, Nico. And in the group flight info, there's a picture. No AutoOrtho, but still all the texts are there.
Great stuff. Thank you so much. Cool.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thanks for all your work. Yeah.
No problem. Bye, everyone.